Number 9, we have to write an equation in vertex form. Let's just go ahead and write the vertex form equation. F of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, but notice they gave us the vertex, right? They told us the vertex is at 6, 8, right? So we already know h, we already know k. What is h? 6 and 8. What's k? Spoiler alert, k. Yeah, and it passes through the point 8, 10. Okay, so we already know h, we already know k. What are we looking for then? Not x and y, because we already know those two. What do we not know in this equation? A. We don't know a. So your goal is to find that a. Then you can write your equation, right? How do you find the a? You substitute all the numbers they gave you. And you were saying something about x and y. This is a point, right? It's just a random point. So that's just x and that's y. So x is 8. Y is 10. Okay, now we're going to substitute everything. Now remember though, you don't see y in your equation, right? But what's the same thing as y? F of x is the same thing as y. So now we're going to substitute all the variables with the numbers that we do know. So what is y? 10 equals, do we know a? No, that's what we're trying to find. Times, what's x? 8. Minus, what's h? 6 squared plus 8, that's right. And now we're going to solve to get a by itself. So let's go step by step, okay? What's the very first thing that I should take care of in this whole equation? Inside the parentheses. So 10 equals, why is it still purple? Hang on a second. 10 equals a, take care of inside the parentheses. What's 8 minus 6? 2 squared plus 8. What's the next thing I should take care of? The square. We're going to square the 2. So what is 2 squared? 4. So now it's 10 equals a times 4 plus 8.
And then you're going to make it into 4a.
What do we do next?
Make it into 4a. Like, multiply it.
Right, so that's like, that's good enough right there. Same thing. A times 4, 4 times a, you know. Not a big deal, but what should we do next to try to solve this then? Subtract 8. And so now what's my equation say? 2 equals 4a, and then lastly, to get a by itself, what should I do? Divide by 4, which means a equals 1/2. So now you see you have a, right? Remember, vertex form, the only thing that you need to plug in is a and the h and the k, right? It's vertex form. You just plug in the vertex. So your final answer should be, what would it be? F of x equals 1/2 parentheses x, because we don't put in the point. That's just a random point. But you do need to put in the vertex. X minus 6 squared plus 8. That's right. And this is the answer. A lot of people, you know, they will make the mistake of like plugging in the 8 in for x, right? But that's not an equation anymore. That's not a function anymore. So make sure you leave the x in there. And that would be number 9.